Okay, folks, we are going to go ahead and get this thing started. I do want to welcome everybody here tonight. As people are jumping in here, you're going to see me looking around, allowing people in. I have to admit everybody in. This is an invitation only meeting, as I mentioned. It is designed for very top leaders. So if you're here today, it's because I either personally invited you or someone that I personally know invited you as well. But like I said, this was designed for leaders. And, I know for a fact that you get invited to a ton of different calls out there, right? And most of them are going to be a boring PowerPoint presentation that you have to sit through. I'm not going to do that here tonight. All right. I'm going to have a real conversation with you, and we're going to talk about that. Before I get into it, though, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is James Ward. I've been in the industry for, well, I guess since 2007. So however many years that is, mainly on the corporate side. Obviously, I've been, a producer as well, but I've been part of many different companies out there. And I know most of you out there, but for those of you who didn't know me, I definitely want to come out and say hello to you. I'm so excited to be here today, and for a couple different reasons. Number one, just so you know, as we get started in here, you're going to be learning about a company called Apex Financials, and we're going to talk all about that here in a second. I'm the master distributor. I'm also an equity partner inside of this company as well, so you just kind of understand my positioning as we get into this. And as I said, this is going to be a conversation between myself and other leaders in the industry. And there's a couple things. Number one, I really want this to be authentic, right? I want to make sure that you guys understand that we're having a real, true conversation here, instead of me boring you with a PowerPoint presentation. And number two, there's going to be some really, I guess, direct conversation, some stuff that, may be hard to swallow for some people in the industry here today. So we're going to talk about some of those things. So this is really designed for leaders, just so you know. And I want to mention this to you before we even get into this. You're welcome to use the chat to put any kind of questions in there that you would like. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to answer all your questions. Okay. So just be thinking about that, and whatever questions you have, you can throw them in there now, but just know I'm not going to even be looking at the chat until I get to the end. Now you might see me peeking over here because I did take some notes here tonight. I'm not gonna act like I didn't. Usually I'm a flow guy, and I still am tonight, but there's a couple really, really key points that I want to make sure that I hit on that are very crystal clear to each and every one of you. So we can get you out of here in a timely manner, get all your questions answered, but more importantly, introduce you to something that is absolutely going to revolutionize the industry permanently. And I know that's a really big, bold statement, but I'm going to show you exactly what that means. So if you guys are cool with that, I'd love to have just a little bit of participation here. If you're cool with that, if you understand, hey, this isn't a PowerPoint deal, this is going to be a conversation. I'm going to throw out some stuff that, from some terms might be controversial. Just give me a yes. Give me a yes or a number one that you are ready to rock and roll. I'd really appreciate that. I want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. Awesome. Okay. Thank you guys for coming out there and saying that. I really appreciate that. So let's get this thing started here. And I want to talk just really quickly about, where the industry's at, okay, and what the industry is really looking for. And I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. If you look in the industry today, people are looking for a place to, number one, be able to grow their money, and number two, they're looking for a way to be able to grow their income from an affiliate standpoint as well. What I'm going to be sharing with you here tonight is a way that someone can become an investor. And yes, I did use the word investor. That is right. You heard me right. And the reason why I say that is because, let's face it, in all the calls and all the things that people go to, everyone tries to finagle their way around that word investor, right? Or investment, using that word. And, that's not something we're going to do here. And the reason why is because we are an investment company. What you're going to learn about here today is an actual registered by an SEC hedge fund is essentially what Apex is. And what we're going to be offering here today is something that is real, something that's regulated, and it's going to be really exciting. And the reason why I start with that is because, look, there's so many scams out there happening right now, and a lot of people talking about, all these different things that you can do. And what I want to do here today is I just want to be real with you, right? I want to show you, number one, why I'm here today, why I'm actually in front of you. And number two, I want to show you why I truly believe, as I said, this is going to be a revolutionary moment for the industry, not just for Apex, but in general. I truly believe that the fundamentals of what's happening inside of Apex is going to change this industry for a very long time. time because it's giving the market exactly what it wants, right? It's giving people the ability to invest and be able to earn income without the force of having to recruit, number one, right? And number two, it's allowing people to be able to share something without looking over their shoulder, wondering if they're going to get in trouble, wondering if they're going to hurt people, and all those things that we've been part of, right? So that is why I'm here today, right? That is why I'm excited to be able to share this opportunity with you, and why I truly believe that when you see exactly what we're doing here today, you're going to be like, wow, finally something has come to the table that is real, that is registered, that is regulated, and something that you can share with people. Now, the very first thing I want to tell you is I'm not here to pitch you today. Okay. I'm not, I'm truly not. I mean, because here's what I know about what I'm sharing. I know that everyone is going to be here. This is not a pitch. This is not a hard sell, because when you see what is happening here and the results that have taken place just in the beta testing, when you see the technology that's in place and everything that's built into it, it is not going to be a sell. It's going to be like a wow, finally type of conversation. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to talk about what really makes Apex unique. Okay. With so many other opportunities popping up, so many different scams and things out there, what is it that makes it unique? And in order for me to do that, what I want to do is I actually want to log into a back office here, and I want to show you exactly what we're doing. Okay. So you can see it. And we've made some changes. Like if any of you were able to attend the webinar last night, there's been a few modifications to what we've done. I'm going to show you some of those. But what I really want to do is I want to break this down, the simplicity of what we do inside of Apex and how easy it is for you to understand and things like that. Okay. So what you're looking at right now is actually what would be considered, I guess, a demo back office. Okay. It's demo in the sense that, I mean, it is a working back office, but at the same time, what you're going to be seeing are actually demo AFT and things like that. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to walk through the simplicity of what we do and how easy it is. Okay. Number one, when you refer someone into Apex, what does that actually mean? As an affiliate, what does it mean that you're doing? Well, you're actually referring someone to an investment company. Okay. So it is someone who is looking to invest their money and grow their money, and not just specific to, cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or Ethereum, or not just specific to an AI bot and all the billions of things that have come to your inbox. This is a different platform that really encompasses everything in regards to building a hedge fund and building the return for the investor. That is what it's all about. It is an investment company first that has an affiliate opportunity that is absolutely phenomenal. Okay. So number one, what does it look like when someone comes in? Well, basically it looks like this. Okay. When someone comes into Apex, they're going to have the option to, number one, completely sign up for free. All right. There's no monthly fees to get started. There's no fee to get started. 100%, they're just going to be able to decide exactly how much money that they want to get started with from an investment standpoint. And once they do that, they have to decide what portfolio they're going to choose. I'm going to walk you through that right now and show you exactly what that means. Now, before we get into it, I want to talk about what AFT is, okay? Because I know you see it sitting there. What is this AFT? Well, AFT is the token that we use inside of Apex. Now, this is a non-speculative token, okay? Which means it does not move in volume or value, okay? And we're going to talk about how that protects you here in just a little bit. But what I want to do before I even get into that is I want to show you the process in which someone would take in order to get started inside of Apex. Now, what you're looking at right now, just so you can see, is the dashboard. If you guys were here last night, you did not see any of these lines, right? And come to find out, it was because the flash wasn't working on my computer. It's not because it wasn't there. It's just because I didn't have it right. So these spikes that you're seeing are what we call stakes, okay? And staking takes place. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, but it's all about choosing that portfolio that you want and staking your AFT, which is the token that comes in. Now, here's the deal. One AFT equals $1, just to get that out of the way so we have complete clarity. So if someone wanted to come in for $10,000, they would purchase 10,000 AFT, and then they would stake it in whatever portfolio that they wish to do. Okay. So let me break this down for you and show you exactly how this works. Okay. Number one, I'm just going to go here to my wallet. Okay. And in my wallet, you're going to see that we have three different options here. We could deposit AFT, we could withdraw AFT, and we can stake AFT. Now, depositing AFT means that we're going to actually deposit in any type of currency for the most part that we want inside of cryptocurrency. So I'm going to go ahead and click this here. Now, I want to be clear on something, okay? This page is not 100% done. Right now, you only see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. You also see Tron. You also see multiple different currencies that you can participate in, all right? Now, when you come in here, like I said, there's no fee to sign up. There's no monthly fees associated with it. All someone has to do is decide what amount do they want to actually purchase in AFT that they're eventually going to stake. So we're going to go through that process of, number one, how does this work? And number two, once we have it, how do we actually stake it, and what does that look like? Okay, so number one, it's very simple. I mean, you could enter whatever amount that you want. I entered 5,000 there, and what you can see is if I choose Bitcoin and go down here, it's going to give me the amount. It automatically calculates it for me, and it gives me my Bitcoin address that I will send it to. So you can use your phone, and you can do the QR code, whatever you would like. Same thing with Ethereum, but it's going to work like this on every single cryptocurrency that you're looking at. Okay, so just so you understand, it's very, very simple and clear as far as that understanding. There's no maximum amount that you could put in here for the most part, except for the fact that there is only 1 billion AFT tokens in place. So obviously there are some limitations, but for the most part, if someone wanted to put $500,000 in, technically they could do that. Okay, and that we do have clients that will put over $1 million in this, because this is not just for affiliate marketers. This is for sophisticated investors as well. Okay, so that's number one. That's how you purchase AFT. Now, here's the deal. Once you have purchased your AFT, you'll have AFT sitting right here. So you can see right now, I have a balance of 552 AFT. Now that means I can do whatever I would want with that. Okay, if I wanted to withdraw it, I absolutely could withdraw it. Now here's the deal. Let's walk through this really quickly. You can see that when I go to withdraw, it tells me to verify my KYC. On your first withdrawal, it's going to ask you to verify who you are. Now, why would that be the case? Well, because this is a real investment company, right? This is not something that is a fly by night, like just give us your address, we'll send it to you. There's nothing else to go along with it. No, there are regulations in place here. We are regulated by the SEC, so it's important that we follow those rules. And one of those rules are that if you are inside of the United States, you have to be an accredited investor, which means you have to have either an income of 200,000 or a net worth of 1 million. Now, if you're not in there, okay, there's different ways that you can still participate. And one of those ways would be to team up with someone internationally, right? That would be one way to do it. And number two, you could team up with someone in the US as well, if that's something that you wanted to do, but they needed to be an accredited investor. Now, the verification for the KYC, it's going to take you like 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. And I'm not going to spend any time on that. But what I wanted to tell you on the withdrawals are this. Okay. When you receive your gains and you receive your commissions, we're going to go through that, you will withdraw those directly in whatever cryptocurrency that you want. So if you want Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, Litecoin, whatever it is, you can instantly convert your AFT to that, and it will be deposited the same exact day, right? So commissions are paid instantly and withdrawals are all done the same exact day. But here's what I really want to talk about, okay? When an investor comes in, they sign up, they decide to put in whatever amount that they want. They then decide, what am I going to do with that money? Okay. And what they're going to do is they're actually going to stake it. Now, I'm not going to go here and do it. I want to go to the staking page because I want to show you exactly how this works and give you an idea of what can be expected. Okay. So as you can see here, we have three different packages that someone can choose from. We have the Apex Rise, the Apex Scale, and the Apex Soar. And depending on someone's liquidity needs, and just what their long-term goals are really going to determine which one of these packages are going to work. Now, what you're going to see here is an average daily rate of return. So on the Apex, you can see the Apex Rise, the daily average rate of return has been 0.53%. The daily average rate of return for Apex Scale has been 0.66, and the SOAR has been 0.81. Now, let me be super clear on something, okay? These are real numbers, meaning that it will change constantly. It's going to be changing daily. Now, why would that be the case? Because this is real, and this is based on real market conditions. It's not based on, hey, we're going to guarantee you that we pay you this amount every single day. That is not the way that this thing works. So if you're looking for that type of scam, they're everywhere out there, right? There's a lot of companies that say, hey, we're going to pay you 1.5 or 2.5. I mean, I saw some that were paying like 4.2 or 5. I mean, some ridiculous numbers out there. These are real numbers, okay? And this is what you're going to receive 5 days a week. Whatever that rate of return is, you receive it 5 days a week in AFT that you can use to withdraw in any cryptocurrency you want for the most part. So as you look at these portfolios, let's just focus on the rise for right now. It's a 90-day lockup period, which means when you put your money in, it's going to be 90 days that you need to be able to understand that that money is going to be inside of Apex. Now, also during that 90 days, you're going to be receiving this rate of return 5 days a week. It will be paid directly to you in AFT, as I said, that you'll be able to withdraw in pretty much any cryptocurrency that you want. Now, at the end of the 90 days, like when we're talking about the Apex rise, whatever money that you put in. So like in my example, I said I used $5,000. $5,000 would come right back to me at the end of 90 days. Now, if I chose the scale, it's the same exact process, right? Except for it's 180 days. And you can see that the rate of return's a little bit more. Now, also, if you look at the minimum amount to get started with the Apex Rise, it's 500 AFT, which is what? $500. It's 2,000 for the Apex scale. And if you go over here to the SOAR, it's 5,000. So that will be another determining factor on, hey, which one of these do I want to get started with? And that will be completely easy for you to do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to do a staking right here in front of you to show you how simple this is going to be for your members. Now, as you can see, I have 9,650 staked already. I have 500 available to me, or 552. So I'm going to go ahead and go to stake now. You can see my availability is 552. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to put 500 and we're going to do the rise because the rise is a minimum of 500. If I went right here, it would tell me I would need 2,000. I don't have that in this account. So I'm only going to pick the rise for right now. And I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. Now watch how easy this is, okay? Your contract has successfully been created. Folks, I just right then and there, right in front of you, just did a staking. That is how easy it's going to be for your people that you refer, your investors that come in here to, number one, purchase AFT, number two, to stake, okay? So when I go to staking right here, we're gonna look at this now, okay? Now look, you can see my amount has changed and also my number of contracts. I believe it was at 7 last time. Now it is at 8, right? So I have 8 contracts. And if we go down here a little bit, there's some key things that I want to point out here, okay? Number one, you can see that I just did the staking right in front of you. And you can see that we have a pending amount of 4 days. Now, the reason why there's a pending amount is when someone comes in, it's going to take 4 to 5 days just to get their money into the working process, okay? And we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But there's a couple key things that I want to talk about in regards to this rate of return and how Apex actually makes money, okay? Apex charges a performance fee of 30%. So any rate of return that you receive on a daily basis, not a monthly, not a quarterly, every single day, whatever that rate of return is, Apex is going to take 30% of that, okay? Now, there's a couple key things that you have to understand something, okay? We have no guaranteed rate of return. So what that means is if there's not a rate of return, if the rate of return is 0, guess what Apex is paid? 0, right? So they're really putting their money where their mouth is. That is the way that Apex makes money, through this performance fee. Now, here's where it gets even better as an affiliate, okay? We're going to talk about how you can make money here in just a second, but as an affiliate, Apex not only takes that 30% fee, but they out of that 30% fee, they take 90% of it and they pay it out on 20 different levels on the Unilevel, which is absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not going to go all the way into the compensation plan. If you want to check out the numbers of the compensation plan, the way that the Unilevel works, you can download the PDF right there on the website, theapex.app. It's downloadable right there, and you can check out what those percentages are. But I want you to understand something. If you're in the industry today and you see that people are guaranteeing, 1.5 or 2.5 or whatever it is, and the way that they make their money is off new money coming in, right? You have to know just right off the bat, there's something going on there. There's something that is not right, okay? And we're going to talk about proof of trading and stuff like that here in a little bit, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to stake and exactly how this process works. Now, here's the key thing that I want to share with you as an investor that you really, really need to understand as you're out there promoting this to people and talking to people about this. The one really unique thing that Apex does, or I guess number 2, that is very unique to what we do, is we protect the investor from the downside. Well, what does that mean? Well, inside of Apex, there are no down days for our investors, right? You're never going to see your AFT go down. You're never going to see a negative ROI there. You could see a zero, but you're not going to see a negative, okay? So I want you to think about this for a second, right? We are essentially giving people the upside of the market while completely protecting them from the downside and the volatility that happens in this cryptocurrency market. Now, if you've been paying any attention to the crypto market, you know every single time Bitcoin corrects, not every single time, but the majority of the time, what happens? 25 to 40% it sells off, right? Now, it has been in a great trading pattern where it recovers, but still, that volatility scares people. Inside of Apex, you have the peace of mind to know, hey, I'm going to get to participate in the upside, but that downside volatility that so many people get scared about, so many people worry about, you're not going to have to deal with inside of Apex. And for me, you know, I was a stockbroker, and it reminds me of an opportunity to be able to sell someone on the upside of the market without losing their income or losing their balance. I mean, can you imagine how quickly this is going to sell as people get in there and they understand what that potential is? And the way that they do that is through AFT, the token itself, right? It's non-speculative. It does not move in value. It holds that $1. So regardless of what's happening in the market, you're not going to be affected by the down days, but at the same time, you're going to be able to participate in the upside, which is absolutely awesome, in my opinion. Now, all this is really, really cool. And, you know, I think it's great. But here's where this really meets the road. The rubber meets the road, I guess you could say. You know, as an affiliate and as a promoter, and anyone who's here tonight, most likely that's who you are, right? You were invited because you are a leader in this industry. That's why you're on this call. If you are one of those people, which I think most of us are, as I said, the great thing about what we do inside of Apex here is we are essentially giving you the ability to be the hedge fund broker. You're literally out there being able to promote an investment that gives people the upside potential, protects them from the downside, has a minimum starting point of that $500, no monthly fees, right? Nothing that's associated with that. Now, why do I say that you're like the broker? Because remember that 30% fee that we are going to charge, that Apex will charge for the performance fee, 90% of that's going to be paid back out 20 levels deep on a Unilevel. You see, folks, you have the best of both worlds here. And I want you to think about this, all right? You go out there and you promote this to an investor, all right? Number one, not only are you going to get paid up front because Apex is going to take 10% of whatever is put in, and they're going to put it into a Unilevel that pays 20 levels deep. But as your business grows and as that asset under management is another way to say that grows inside of your team, think about the residual income that you're going to have in place by that performance fee paying you every single day for the rest of the life of the contracts, right? As long as people are investing and as long as people have a contract inside of their system, every single time Apex takes that performance fee, 90% of it's getting paid out 20 levels deep on your team. So how many times, I mean, just let me ask you something, just for some interaction. How many of you on this call have been part of a company that charges, you know, anywhere from $100 to sometimes $500 every single month for a product, for a service, something like that? And we all, I would guess that most of us either have a collection of that in our garage, or number two, you know, as you're building your business, what are the first thing that goes, right? As soon as something goes bad, something goes away, people immediately start canceling those auto ships. Give me a number two if you've experienced that in this industry whatsoever. If you haven't, I want to know what business you're promoting because we've all dealt with it. I know that we absolutely have. Okay. So that is what the deal is inside of essentially giving you the ability to be that broker, right? To go out there and to share this with people and to be able to earn that residual income and the upfront income. So, you know, I talk about win, win, win. You've got the investor who's absolutely going to win. Who is going to argue with these type of returns? Now, I know that they're not guaranteed. I know that they may not last forever. I know that it could be zero. But as people are coming in here, I'm talking about the real world, okay? Like, forget about the network marketing industry who has skewed everything and has taken this beautiful opportunity of investing and turned it into a gigantic scam. Forget that for a second. Forget about the 1.5%, 2% daily that you see out there. Let's talk about reality for a second. You sit down with your stockbroker today. What does he say to you? We're going to try to get 10 to 12% this year. And in fact, if they say anything more than that, guess what? They're going to get in trouble most likely, right? What we're showing you here today is something that could pay a tremendous amount of return every single day, not only to the investor, but also to you as the referrer, you as the affiliate on that performance fee. You get paid up front, you get paid residually. The investor not only gets paid every single day, they're going to get their money back at the end of their contract and be able to decide what they want to do. And let me ask you a question. If someone, let's just say hypothetically, someone did earn this 0.053 5 days a week for 90 days, and then they got their 5,000 or 10,000 or $1 million back, what do you think they're going to do with it? Most likely they're going to invest it again because they understand the power and what is going on here. You see, folks, what I'm showing you here today is something that is real. This is the bottom line of where we're at. I'm going to wrap this up. The bottom line of what you see here today is a company that, number one, is real, right? You know I'm real, but the people behind it you are going to know are real, right? You're going to see this on our website. You're going to see that the company is registered in the BVI, right? British Virgin Islands. There's an office in Cyprus, there's an office in Dubai. In addition to that, they, most importantly to me, and the only reason why I'm in front of you here today, being a US citizen, is that they are registered with the SEC. You heard me say it. I've used the word investment. I use the word SEC. And on most times, think about this, most of the time, people are freaking out to even say that word. I'm saying it loud and proud because I know that I'm working with a company. I'm part of a company that checks all the boxes. And as I said, this is a revolution that is being born right in front of your eyes. It's not a sales pitch. You can come along for the ride if you want. It does not matter because everyone will be here because this is what the industry has been looking for. Not another scam, not another company that's going to hire a bunch of actors and people to play the parts, right? People that are actually in front of you, results that you can see, trading proof that you can see. You want to see some trading proof? Just go to the website right now. You can literally see in our beta test of us logging into accounts with over 20 million there. You'll see trades happening. You will see profit and loss statements. I'm going to be doing an interview tomorrow with the head of our investments all together, and we're going to be answering some of those tough questions that people are going to ask us, right? So you're going to have access to that interview as well. There's some really cool stuff that's happening inside of here. So here's what I would like to do, okay? I would like to open this up for any questions and answers that maybe I didn't cover. I know one of the questions that I'm going to get here is, well, James, when is this going to be ready? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. In the spirit of being safe, I'm going to tell you that 1 week from now, you're going to be able to stake AFT. You're going to be able to buy AFT. You're going to be able to do that. I believe it's going to be much sooner than that. But in the spirit of being safe, I'm going to go and throw that out there. Okay. But I truly believe it'll be much quicker than that. As you can see, all the technology is done in our back office. There's a few small tweaks that we have to deal with inside of it, but everything is complete. So what I would like to do right now is I would like to open this up. As I said, I wanted this to be a conversation between me and you, and I want to answer any questions, regardless if they're hard questions or whatever. I'm going to do my best to answer them. So if you have something on your mind that maybe I didn't answer for you already, or something that you think other people might be thinking, please put it in there. Let's have a conversation right now. Let's answer any questions you have out there, and I'll do my best to do that. But as I said, I'm most excited because I see what is happening here. And it's amazing to be part of it, right? There's very few times in a career that you can be part of something that is considered a revolution. And I truly believe that you're looking right at it. And the coolest part, you guys have seen it on the Telegram. If you're on that, I mean, you're one of the first, 100, maybe 100 people that know about this in the entire world. So congratulations for that. So inside of the chat right now, you should be able to ask me any questions that you would like. If there's not any questions, we can definitely move on. But if there are, let's get them answered. Okay. So Tim is asking, can I only buy AFT with cryptocurrency? So Tim, the answer is yes. Okay. So what was going to happen? You guys heard me talk about this a little bit. They were going to offer Cash App. They were going to offer Zelle, but those two things are only for US citizens, number one. And the limitations are so low inside of those that it just won't work. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tron, almost any type of cryptocurrency that you can think of, we're going to be able to accept that. And that will be what you can purchase for AFT. Now, if you're in a situation that you can't figure out how to get crypto, get with your sponsor or whoever invited you here. They most likely know me, and I can help I can help walk through some of that. Okay. That will be easy for most people, even if it's large amounts. Okay. Um, we're way too excited to be waiting a week. Get started. Hey, Mike, I'm with you, man. I want to slap these people around and get them going. Now, the key thing for this is, it's just like I said on the initial videos on the pre-launch. That's why I never ever list dates, because I continuously have been slapped in the face anytime I list a date. I'm saying a week, but as I said, I mean, with a little bit of a nudge, I believe it would be very quick, very much quick. I'm trying to under promise and over deliver. Let me have that at least, Mike. Come on. I'm just kidding with you. Um, can you purchase with Cardona? Yeah. So I believe the answer is going to be yes. Okay, Roy. I believe that answer will be yes. Pretty much any major cryptocurrency, you're going to be able to do it. So I'm going to say 100% yes on ADA for sure. You'll be able to use that. Okay. Any major cryptocurrency. I mean, if you come with us with some token or some coin that has no liquidity, that's going to be a little bit more challenging. But all the major tokens and coins, we will be able to participate in. Okay. So if there's a market there, we deal with a great exchange, and there's no limitations from our side of being able to do that. So great question. All right. What other questions are out there? Great questions so far. Any questions? Let's see here. One thing that I haven't really brought up here is, and we're all about this because we're leaders, is, the income potential that you have here just from the affiliate side. We know from the investor side, I showed you some of those numbers. We are going to have a calculator that's built into our system. So when you invite people, or if you're talking to other distributors, other leaders out there, we're literally going to have a calculator built. And if you watch my videos, which, my gosh, I know they're super long, I wouldn't be able to watch them all. But if you do, you're going to see on the affiliate video, me actually do some calculations on that calculator. You're literally going to have access to that calculator where you can say, okay, I'm going to have this many people, this many levels deep, invest this amount of money with this rate of return. What does that look like from an income standpoint? Now, you know what shocked me when I saw this the very first time was not the upfront income. It was the residual income, right? It was the ability for me to go out there and share this opportunity with other people that's completely free to sign up with. And when they invest their money, almost like a broker, I get to earn from the performance. Folks, I don't know if you truly, truly understand the power of that, right? Because it's not just the people I personally refer. I've got 20 levels of people that I can work with. And imagine the amount of assets that they could go out there and bring in, and the opportunity for you to earn income off of that. I'm going to make a bold statement. I believe that we will have multiple people inside of this company that residually monthly are earning six figures or more. And that's not an income claim. That is a guess, that a very educated guess based on what I see that people will do that. So I'm not saying anyone's guaranteed to do that. Exclaimer, disclaimer, you got to put the work in, all that stuff, but you get what I'm saying. All right. Any other questions out there? I'm here. I'll answer anything that I possibly can. Okay, let's see here. So the end of the 90 and 180 days, you receive your daily returns plus your initial investment, or are you receiving your daily return to the amount to your initial investment? Great question. Okay, so the way it works is like this. Let's just say that I put in $10,000. Okay, and it doesn't matter which one. Every day, 5 days a week, so 5 business days a week, I'm going to receive whatever that daily rate of return is. Some days it's going to be higher than others. Some days it might be zero, because this is based on real market conditions. Okay. So 5 days a week, I receive that. At the end of my 90 days or 180 days or 360 days, I receive 100% of my initial investment back. And I can do with it whatever I want. I can withdraw it immediately to whatever cryptocurrency I want. I can restake it if I want. That's going to be completely and totally up to you. But that is a fantastic question, because I know that there's some companies out there that they pay you back a portion of your principal all the way through, right? And I've seen those. I've been part of them, so I understand what you're saying. But that's not the way this works, okay? And guys, if you look out there, and I don't know how many of you have actually dealt with hedge funds or looked at hedge funds. I know that there's been some bad things about them, but let me tell you something, okay? we're giving people the opportunity to fall in love with hedge funds. And the reason why is because we're bridging that gap, right? Between the average everyday person and the super ultra elite. Like we're giving them access to things that they would have never had a chance to get on their own. You guys have heard me talk about the hedge fund manager in Vegas that told me straight to my face, don't worry about what our minimum is. You can't afford it. And, I wanted to box him, but instead I said, no, man, tell me. And it was $10 million, right? We're bridging that gap. We're allowing people to get started with here that has never done that before. Now, just like a traditional hedge fund as well, hedge funds are built on the ability for them to do whatever they want with the money. That is what is the beauty of a hedge fund. A hedge fund has the ability to sit in cash. They can go in pretty much any direction that they want. What makes Apex so special and what really protects us against those down days, you remember you remember me telling you there's no down days, right? There might be 0 days, but there's no down days. The way that that protection takes place is through the aggregation and the allocation of the assets that we have inside of this platform, right? So we've talked about, the AI velocity trader. We have a trader that does between 4,000 and 10,000 trades every single day, which is absolutely amazing. But that's just one component of what we do, right? There's the commodity market, there's the equity markets, there's the real estate markets, the e-commerce, the debt instruments. There's so many different areas that you can participate in. And the awesome thing is we work with the best of the best to be able to create this. And our asset allocation, the way that we aggregate these funds as they come in, is what not only creates that upside potential that you saw, right, on the ROI, but it also protects you from the downside. You have to truly understand how powerful this is, because this is not just something that you want to take to only network marketers, right? This is something that you want to take to anyone who wants to grow their money. And that is the bottom line. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got out there. Mike said there's nothing available to us that is truly legit like this. It's truly amazing. Mike, I'm telling you, man, and Mike, you and I know each other, okay? And I mean, anyone who knows me knows that I'm not going to put my face in front of something. I'm not going to be part of anything that, number one, could potentially get me in trouble, and number two, is not real, right? I'm just not going to do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to any of you leaders out here to be able to do that. And although we've all been lured in and we've all participated and we've all seen these companies that have absolutely crushed people, you are finally at a place that I'm telling you, it's just like anything else that you love in life that you want to refer people to. This is not a sales pitch, right? This is something like, hey, you got to check out this Mexican restaurant. It's absolutely phenomenal. Go eat there. And by referring someone to there that you're not going to hurt them, right? It's the same exact thing that you're dealing with here. And I know that that's a weird analogy, but I truly believe that's how powerful I believe this is right now. This is not about network marketing, guys. I'm telling you, this is an opportunity for you to go out to anyone that you want, and be able to share this with them. Everyone is looking for a chance right now to be part of this cryptocurrency movement. And although we're not just in cryptocurrency, we do participate in that. And this is a way for the average person that might only have $500 or $1,500 to be able to participate and, I mean, get activity that they've never had access to before. Okay, so we got a few others that have come in here. Let's see here. What is the bonuses for bringing other investors in, and does it increase by the amount they invest? Okay, so technically speaking, yes, that amount does increase by the amount that they invest because it is based on a Unilevel. Okay, so on the front end, Apex is going to pay out 10% of whatever is brought in. So if someone brings in $1 million, $100,000 will be split 20 levels on a Unilevel. Now, you can check out those rates on the PowerPoint on the main website, or the PDF. You can download that. I'm not going to go over all that here today because I don't want to bore you guys. You can check that out. But so technically speaking, yes, as the amount goes up, or the investment goes up, the amount of income from a commission standpoint does go up. And those are instant commissions, and those are 7 days a week, by the way. And you can withdraw those 7 days a week. It's just the gains from the returns that are 5 days a week, just FYI, okay? Mike said, hey, this is also a great opportunity to grow our crypto, unlike the dollar, which depreciates daily. No doubt about it, man. I mean, just like any prudent investor, I wouldn't put all my money here, right? I mean, I think that you got to look and make sure that you're allocated correctly in your own life. But man, what a great place, like you said, to not only grow your crypto, but be able to participate in it. Like I said, a lot of people sit there and they wait on Bitcoin to go up. They wait on Ethereum to go up, which, hey, lately that's not been a bad strategy. But if you saw the returns that we've had inside of our portfolio in this beta testing, it blows that away. It's not even close. And obviously we don't talk specifics on that, but it's absolutely an amazing thing. Okay. Okay. Explain the Unilevel. It's a unilevel. So basically what a unilevel is when someone comes in, there's a portion that is paid out in commissions. Okay. When I talk about 20 levels, I'm talking about your level number one and all the way 20. So you go out there and refer someone, they refer someone, they're your level two. They go out there and they refer someone, they're your level three, all the way 20 levels down. So you technically could have someone come into your business that is 20 levels deep. That means that you may not know them from Adam, that you're not only going to get paid on the front end, but you're going to get paid residually from their performance as well on the assets that they put in. So think about how powerful that is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If once you guys see this calculator and the way it works and you understand how this thing can multiply, it gets truly insane, the opportunity from an affiliate standpoint. Okay. Roy, do you only make money from people you refer personally or everyone? Oh, so I did just answer that question. All right. Thanks, Roy. I did kind of answer that, right? It's a team build. You definitely can go out there. You don't have to worry about just personally referring people. In fact, I mean, I would guess that when it's all said and done, I might, as a master distributor, I might personally refer 25 people may, and that would be like on the high side, right? Because I don't have time to work with every single body, but I can help them build their team. And that's what this is all about. And I want to help everybody build their team. That's why I'm out here tonight. But I'm just telling you, like, if I was strategically thinking this through, obviously I would want to get as many people as I can personally, but there's nothing wrong with giving up people. In fact, there's a lot of overlap in a lot of us. And for me, it's like, hey, if I need to pass someone on, I'm going to pass them on. I really don't, it doesn't matter to me. There's enough out there for all of us, right? Will we be able to see? Oh, hold on. Will we be able to see live trading in our back office? So, great question. You won't technically be able to see live trading in your back office, but what you are going to be able to see is number one, we're going to be working with the investment managers, right? That are behind this. The head of our investments, as I said, I'll be doing an interview with him tomorrow, so you'll get a lot more understanding of how the velocity trading works. That's the area that he primarily focuses on, and you'll be able to understand all the details and the allocation and exactly how that works. But we will absolutely, just like the videos that you've seen, be able to log into some of these accounts or some of these trading accounts and be able to see the P&Ls and be able to see the live trading and things like that. You're going to have access to that. Nobody else does that, folks. I mean, nobody else does it. I want you to think about this. And this is not here yet, okay? And maybe I'm going to get in trouble for saying it, but I really don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. Can you imagine if I had the ability out here on a webinar to bring people out here, tell them kind of what I just told you, show them how it works, and then be able to log into a Binance account, or whatever the trading account is in the beginning, show that account, and then at the end go back and show all the trades that had happened, like on that Velocity Trader. Let me ask you, give me a number three if you think that would be powerful. If I could log into an account in the beginning and you see millions of dollars in there, and then at the end we go back to that account, you see, we did 500 trades in an hour. That's all hypothetical. But I'm just saying, do you think that would do wonders for your business? That's where we're going, right? That's where we're going, just so you know. Does it make sense to have multiple accounts to maximize your dividend returns? No. I think not. From a Unilevel standpoint, it doesn't make any sense to have multiple accounts. And number two, remember, you're gonna have to prove KYC on every single account that you have. So really only one account is what I would require. Now, if you want to sign yourself up and maybe you have a close family member that you want to sign up as well, and you might know a strategy that I don't, that's up to you, but just make sure one account per person, because they are doing KYC and that's all you really want to deal with. Okay. Great questions, by the way. Different, and I like it. So, any questions y'all have, if you're sitting there tonight, type your question in the chat, because look, I'm recording this and I'm going to send it out. So, people are going to be able to see this. So, if you have something on your mind that maybe you didn't want to ask, but you want to ask, just go on and ask it. I don't care. We're going to answer whatever's out there. Okay. Any other questions? And you will be able to share this recording. I did record last night. I think this is going to be a much better one to actually share with people, though. Okay, so just so you know. Any other questions before we get it wrapped up here? think we've answered questions for what, maybe 15 minutes. I think that's really what I wanted to keep it to. But if there's another question, I'll give it like 30 more seconds and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Okay. Okay. So I don't see any coming through. Paul, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. So look, folks, we're going to wrap this thing up. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I want to tell you, number one, thank you for taking the time to come out. But I want you to understand what this is, what you're really seeing here. Okay. You're not seeing another pitch. You're not seeing another, hey, opportunity that you want to be part of. You're seeing something that is real. You're seeing something that is regulated, and you're seeing something that is registered. And I want you to come build this with us. I want you to help build this and be a team, because I'm telling you, you, we're very fortunate to be some of the first ones here, number one, because we know that everyone's going to be coming this way. I want to remind you to please come and join us on Telegram. Invite your entire team to be part of this Telegram. I'm going to go on and put the link here. In fact, I mean, we have very few people that have even subscribed to this, so you're going to see how early you truly are. I'm going to put this to everybody. Make sure that you're hitting your list right now. Make sure to hit your list with this, okay? We want everybody in there. So make sure to hit your list and get them on that Telegram link, and let's make this happen. So y'all, thank you so much for taking the time to come out. I hope that you have a great evening, great afternoon, great morning, depending on where you're at in the world today. We are about to change some lives and really, more importantly, revolutionize this industry. Have a great night. Thank you for your time, y'all. Bye-bye.